All right, everybody, we are back. Being able to hear everything clearly is an essential part of life, but unfortunately for lots of people at all ages, they struggle with their hearing. Well, Dr. Jennifer Essie joins me right now with some important information on hearing loss, and she also brought along some state-of-the-art hearing aid technology to show us. Dr. Essie, thank you so much for coming back on the show. We do appreciate that. Let's talk about this, some of the signs and symptoms that you can start to experiencing when you start experiencing hearing loss. What do people really need to be listening for?
Right. Well, usually people will, their family members will notice before they do. So if they're asking for repetition frequently, or in a restaurant really struggling to understand speech in that background of noise, turning the TV volume or radio volume up louder than normal, that in particular can be an early sign. And then we talk a lot about ringing in the ears too, because that's actually the #1 sign or symptom that your hearing nerve may be changing.
Well, let me ask you about that a little bit, because I think we all have hearing, ringing in our ears once in a while. How much of it is too much, and when do you need to go and see someone like you?
Yeah, chronic tinnitus, which is the medical term for ringing in the ears, is when the tinnitus is present much of the time. And if it's bothersome to you and it's present in your world, then it's time to get the hearing checked. Even if the hearing is not changing dramatically, the tinnitus can just be that little red flag that tells us something's changing.
Absolutely. Okay, so what happens when we come into your office and get a consult? Tell me about, you guys do a hearing test, obviously. Explain that process to our viewers.
Very straightforward. We're in a comfortable environment, professional sound booth, very quiet. We take a case history to find out your background, if you've had noise exposure, family history, what kind of medications may cause hearing loss. We do a pretty thorough workup. And then we put you in the sound booth, put some earphones in, make sure your middle ears are functioning well and everything looks clear, and then you listen for some beeps, and if we can find a pattern of hearing loss, that'll show from that test immediately. And then we can tell what kind of hearing loss it is as well.
Of course, all of us lose some of our hearing as we age. Are there any other kind of symptoms, I guess, or factors that go into hearing loss?
Absolutely. If you've had certain medications, a lot of the IV antibiotics, if you've been on IV antibiotics for a long time, that's one we ask about. Chemotherapy, many of the chemo treatments are ototoxic or dangerous for your hearing. There are noise things that can happen, either working in a factory or sudden explosions, firefighters, police force, those types of people are often exposed to lots of loud noise too.
Okay, so be aware of that. Well, tell me about some of the new hearing aids, because every time you come on, you impress me with how small they've gotten. In fact, you yourself are wearing one right now.
I am wearing one, and I'm just going to pull my hair back because it's so hard to see. I'm hoping they can get a zoom shot. That looks
we
good.
got it right there.
So it just fits up and over the ear. The sound is fed into the ear with a very small wire. Very light, very comfortable, but it houses all the smart technology that we could ever want a patient to have. And they come in a variety of shapes, sizes, colors, so something for everyone.
And of course, customizable to your ear and your hearing problems.
Absolutely, and we keep a lot of that in the office so that if we do find a pattern of hearing loss, right away we'll start to talk about some options, and we can even let you listen to them, and in our practice we'll let you take them for a free 10-day trial.
Oh, wow.
So that you can experience it in your real world. It's hard to know in an office environment if it's going to be successful for you. So we work very closely with patients that way.
The other really cool thing that you brought along is that these things now connect to your iPhone.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, the Droid family of phones as well. So you simply load an app or pair your phone via Bluetooth to something as simple and as small as this, which would act as your partner that takes the sound from your phone to your hearing aids.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have any cords, you don't have to wear an earphone or an earbud. The hearing aids receive the call. So you answer your call by pushing a button, and you say hello, and your phone can be maybe 10, 15 feet away from you. Makes you hands-free, clear as a bell. It's set to your hearing needs. It's wonderful. It's been a great tool.
How cool is that?
Yep.
Indeed, the future is now. And a free 10-day trial of the latest technology. It's going on now through October the 15th at your office?
Absolutely. Please call for an appointment. Spots are filling up fast because what we do with the equipment we keep in stock, as it goes out, we try to bring new in.
Yeah.
But if you're interested, please call. We'll get you in right away.
Okay, if people think they need your services, where do they need to go?
843-971-4199. Our website is very user-friendly, DanielIslandHearing.com. We'll get you in within a day or two.
There you go. Well, Dr. Essie, thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate it. As
Absolutely.
always, great
Thanks,
to
Don.
see you. All right, more Lowcountry Live after the break. Make sure you stick around.